And our guest tonight is Dariusz, Chief Investment Strategist with CFC Seymour in Hong Kong. Dariusz, good to have you with us. Well, what is the inflation picture looking like going forward? Are the prices of commodities where they are, particularly oil, here to stay?
The inflation picture worldwide and also in Asia does not look very good. We have seen a huge spike in inflation in virtually all economies in our region, and I'm afraid that this trend will continue, and precisely for the reason you mentioned, commodity prices, which are imported into these economies, especially in terms of energy, so you cannot really control them, and these prices have risen so much and may move up further in terms of food at least, that it's difficult to imagine a different scenario than further increase in price pressures.
Well, there are now growing expectations that the U.S. Federal Reserve will have to raise interest rates to counter that inflation. Do you share this view?
I do believe that the Federal Reserve will begin a tightening cycle sometime this year, because clearly the U.S. economy is not in such doldrums as people had feared in the beginning of the year. And yesterday's very strong retail sales data justifies that assessment. At the same time, price pressures have to be contained by the central bank. Otherwise, inflation may get out of control. So yes, there will be monetary tightening in the U.S. this year.
Well, if you think the Fed is going to tighten monetary policy, then what sort of interest rates are you expecting out of the U.S.?
Well, we are going for 2 rate hikes this year, in the fall and in the beginning of winter. So at the end of this year, the Fed funds rate target should be at 2.5%, 50 basis points up from now, and a further gradual string of tightening measures should continue into next year.
Well, inflation has been a key concern of the Asian markets, at least for most of this week and maybe a few weeks before this. Going forward, do you expect more downside for the Asian markets, though?
It depends on the time horizon you're talking about. In the very near term, let's say next week, I would expect a rebound because we have declined too much and over the first half of June. However, during the summer, as inflation increases, central banks tighten policy, and possibly there is further write-downs in the financial system in the US and in Europe, I'm afraid some more declines are ahead of us until the global economy bottoms out. And I would expect that in the fourth quarter of this year, when growth picture globally improves towards the end of 2008, so should the trends in the stock markets.
Dariusz, good to talk to you as always. Thank you so much indeed for your time today. Dariusz from CFC Seymour in Hong Kong.